Hello, everybody. Craig Deluz here. 2A News with Craig Deluz. We are at SHOT Show 2026 at the Imperium Strategia Group Mobile Studios. Having a great time talking with folks all over. Now, this next one, I had to pre-record this one because she only had a few minutes, and you're going to notice at the beginning of it that she's a little out of focus, and that's because I'm trying to manually focus and get everything going. I literally just was able to grab her real quick. But with us, we have Harmeet Dhillon, who is the Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights for the Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights for the Department of Justice, and had her on to talk a little bit about what they've got going on in fighting for our fundamental right to keep and bear arms. So check it out. Okay, and with us we have the Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights with the Department of Justice, the U.S. Department of Justice. The reason why she's here today is to talk about, supporting the Second Amendment and working to help make sure that, in particular, local municipalities and states are not violating our fundamental right to keep and bear arms. And so with that, let me welcome Harmeet Dhillon.
Thanks for having me, Craig.
Now, we've known each other for quite a while, and I got to say, the work that you do just in general has been phenomenal as an attorney. I could not have thought of a better person for this particular position than you.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. I've been a civil rights advocate for all of my years in California, 25 years. That's how we know each other, through some of the political work that I used to do. I'm also a proud gun owner myself. And so this administration has been the strongest in history on standing up for the rights of lawful gun owners in the United States. And we have brought some landmark litigation that's never been seen before from the Department of Justice. We created a Second Amendment section within the Civil Rights Division. Attorney General Pam Bondi has repeatedly stated that the Second Amendment is not a second-class right. President Trump put out an executive order in his first 2 weeks in office regarding the Second Amendment. And since I took office as the Assistant Attorney General about 10 months ago, I've filed and signed numerous briefs and lawsuits in support of Second Amendment rights, including personally arguing Barnett versus Raoul, a challenge to Illinois' assault weapons ban. As a United States amicus. Just yesterday, I saw the argument in Wolford versus Lopez, which was co-authored by my team and the Solicitor General's office and argued by them, challenging Hawaii's restrictions to carrying onto private property. And in California, in our own backyard where I used to live, in Road versus Bonta, we've submitted an amicus brief to support the challenge to California's ridiculous restrictions on the purchasing of ammunition. And we are compiling cases out there that we're going to bring. It's a target-rich environment. I also sued the Virgin Islands for unreasonable requirements before they issue carry permits over there. Virgin Islands is part of America. District of Columbia has been sued for its absolute ban on assault weapons. And so that's like 5 lawsuits right there just in the last 3 months, as well as numerous amicus briefs. So it's great. It's expanding. We need more people, frankly, in the Civil Rights Division. We need more lawyers to come join us for this mission. And so, I'd love to hear feedback on what we're doing and how we're doing.
What you're doing a phenomenal job. I will tell you, working for over a decade in the gun rights community, it was really kind of hard having the government, basically having our tax dollars spent against us.
Sure.
And then we had to then take money and give it to organizations like the Fire Policy Coalition or the Second Amendment Foundation or NRA to fight for us. So we're like literally paying for both sides of the lawsuit. To have our government actually standing up for us is a phenomenal thing. And going after some of these local municipalities that are fighting against our rights. Now, one of the things that a lot of people ask about is that we're seeing what you're doing when it comes to going after local governments and going after states. What are some of the things that you're looking at in terms of, in particular, some of the Biden-era stuff that's kind of held over to address the things that the federal government can be doing in order to better advocate for our Second Amendment rights?
Sure. Well, one of the big things that's coming out in the near future is a package of rulemaking reforms to ATF. So ATF, they get a bad rap. I think 95% of what they do is just normal enforcement, keeping guns out of the hands of bad guys, and then, other things, tobacco as alcohol. But on the gun side, they had a lot of really onerous restrictions. So you're going to see a lot of reforms to those restrictions being rolled out shortly. I've discussed them. My office has blessed, given our input on some of these things. Another one is the our colleague, Assistant Attorney General for Office of Legal Policy, just issued an opinion last week about the ban on shipping firearms through the United States Postal Service, saying that was unconstitutional. So we are attacking regulations of the federal government as well. It does take time. I will just be very frank that most of the conservative lawyers who came in to join the United States Department of Justice from a policy perspective, I wonder how many of them have guns. They're a little bit prissier maybe than some of us here. But a lot of us in the Civil Rights Division are gun owners. I am a gun owner. I have a CCW in DC, and so we are familiar with these issues, and we're just educating our colleagues why they're important.
Well, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate all that you're doing. It is amazing what you've done in just the short time that you've been there. Can't wait to see the rest of the administration. I know that you're short on time and you're a pretty hot ticket at this event. So thank you so very much. And once again, we appreciate all that you're doing there in Washington, D.C.
Thanks for having me, Craig. I appreciate it.
All righty. All right. Thanks for being so patient with my little snafu there at the beginning of that video. But you heard it. The big question that people had was, what are they doing at the federal level? And she's talking about it. She talked a little bit about it. Once again, I will always encourage folks, look, this thing's been going on for 3 months. Trump's been president for 1 year now. Things are happening and they're going to continue to happen. And I couldn't think of a better advocate than Harmeet Dhillon for this particular position. Anyway, as you can see, big things are happening. Talking to a lot of folks here at SHOT Show 2026. I will be back with more items. I'll take care.
Good. Yeah.